Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another SWGOH video. First of all, happy Monday to everyone. I hope you had a great weekend, but now it's time for a new Galactic challenge. This time we're taken to the planet of Takodana where we have to take down a squad of Sith, and to get max rewards you do have to make sure that you use a full squad of resistance units. As always, I'll cover the modifiers and the feats for this event, and then I'll show you my battles that I did to complete all the feats. Now, because one of the feats this time is an undersized squad feat, there is no one team that can complete all the feats, so you will have to do a minimum 2 battles here, and that's what I did. So the first battle I'll show you will be Resistance Squad, completing 3 out of 4 feats, and then for the final undersized feat I will be using Darth Revan Squad. So if you're not interested, in all the modifiers and everything that I'll be explaining first, you can just skip through the battles. There'll be YouTube chapters as always below. But now let's get into it. So let's look at the modifiers first. Now Takodana's modifier is probably everyone's favorite modifier, Save Heaven, and the only thing it does is whichever unit deals damage first, they get permanent death mark on them until they're defeated, and when they're defeated then the next unit that does damage gets death mark applied on them as well. So just something to bear in mind when you do go in and attack, that somebody will get death mark applied on them. And then for the modifier here for resistance, it does lots of things, but the most important thing is whenever they do gain a buff, they'll be gaining 10% bonus turn meter, and this is great because this will then stack on top of raised Jedi training turn meter train, and it will really allow you to run circles around the enemy over and over again. And for the enemy modifier, the Sith modifier is not all that great, to be honest, because they only start getting bonuses whenever they defeat an enemy or when one of their allies get defeated. So Sith modifier, not all that useful, but bear in mind by the time you get to the final Sith, they will be very tanky, but this won't matter because you'll be just running circles around them. So Sith modifier here is really a non-factor. And then looking at the enemy, now Darth Vader, you won't be able to remove turn meter from him. But the other guys you will be able to remove their turn meter because Darth Revan there is not in the leading slot, so that's why you will be able to remove turn meter. If Darth Revan would be in the leading slot, then you will not be able to remove from Sith Empire allies turn meter, but in this case you can. So just something to bear in mind. And why I talk about turn meter removal, because yes, one of the feats here you have to remove 400% turn meter, and this is really easy because of raised Jedi training leadership is not an issue at all, because every time you use a special ability with one of your resistance allies, all exposed enemies will be losing 5% turn meter, which cannot be resisted. So you'll be constantly removing turn meter while you're constantly gaining turn meter, so you'll be running circles around them. And then yes, you have to complete with an undersized squad with a full team resistance units, and obviously complete the battle. So those are the feats for today. And now let me show you my first battle here where I used Resistance Squad. Now Resistance, it's a very good faction. They got lots of good characters here that you can use. Obviously if you do have Galactic Legends, right, you will probably want to use Sir, as well as Resistance Hero Finn is a great option also. But I just thought, to give it a go with maybe a little bit more accessible team here. So using Rey, R2-D2, BB-8, 3PO, and then Resistance Trooper. Now let me show you their mods. My Rey here, she's at Relic 7 and she's modded for damage, a little bit of speed, but nothing too crazy here. Now the only character I remodded for this event was R2, because initially he was modded for speed, but he was slower than BB-8, and then BB-8 would go and my Rey would gain bonus turn meter, and then she would go next and then hit somebody and get death mark applied on herself. So I did not want that, so what I did was I just remodded R2 to make sure that he's the fastest character, so that he will go first and then death mark will get applied on R2, and that's exactly what I did. So I bumped his speed to 314, and then my BB-8 here, he's at 301. So there we go. Make sure that R2 is faster than BB-8. And here 3PO here, also modded for speed, so mine's at 253. And then finally Resistance Trooper, just some random average mods on him, some critical damage, but that's really it. He doesn't really need speed because he'll be gaining bonus turn meter from his unique every time you expose an enemy that hasn't been exposed yet. So he'll be getting lots of turns, and then he can just keep spamming his special, and whenever he does that he'll be removing 5% ter meter from exposed enemies due to Rey's leadership. So it's a very, very good team here to use. Because of BB-8's unique, you will get a jump start with your droids on them, start exposing, and then you can get your whole turn meter train going with Rey, and they will hardly take a turn. Alright, enough for the battle. Obviously you want your R2 to go first, so just start off with his AoE to get some exposes on the board. But if he does crit Malak, you will want to back out and do again, because you don't want Malak to start taunting straight at the beginning. And then first things first, I'm going after Darth Vader here, trying to land a stun on him, because remember, we cannot remove turn meter from him. Now that he's stunned, I'm turning my attention over to Nihilus, because I don't want him increasing cooldowns and things like that. And now here with R2, I'm just going to use smoke screen. Yeah, hide everybody under stealth. There we go. Okay, start working on Scion there as well. And then here you can just put a special attack over there, and this will remove turn meter every time you use ability. And as well as with Rey's mind trick, you'll be removing turn meter as well. So there's a lot of turn meter removal here on this team, thanks to Rey. Okay, so we got Nihilus almost out. Put a hit on Scion. Start working on Scion there, but you have to be careful, because every time you go after Scion, Nihilus will be getting bonus turn meter. That's why I just decided to finish off Nihilus, so I don't need to worry about him anymore. Get a stun on Scion here, push back turn meter on Darth Revan, and go after Vader again. And Illuminated Destiny is already ready to go, and enemies yet to take a turn. So you can see, in combination with Rey's leadership here and the modifier for the resistance, we're just running circles around these guys. So they're hard. I don't know, will they even get a turn here? Probably Malak with his bonus turn will kind of jump in here whenever we get Revan low enough and the health equalization starts kicking in. But let's go ahead, push back turn meter on Malak there, and there we go. Malak sneaked in there with one of his bonus turns, but that's okay. We're now going to finish Darth Revan now. And now here he's just down to Malak. Try to get a stun on him. Excellent. And now Malak here, as mentioned before, will be very tanky because of the Sith modifier here. He's got now plus 200% max health, so he will be very tanky. But it's not a problem at all. You can keep him stun locked, ability blocked. You will be able to land debuffs on him, because basic from BB-8 applies tenacity down. And then obviously Rey can apply healing immunity on him, so if he does sneak in a turn in here in between, he won't be able to heal back up. So this shouldn't be an issue once you're just down to Malak. Of course, it'll take some time, because he'll keep putting fear on your guys. But in one way, it's good that it's taking some time, because it just allows you to make sure that you really remove 400% turn meter, because we still do not have a feed progress counter here showing us our progress to know, oh, did I remove already 400% turn meter or not. So I'm just taking my time. I even started calling 3PO to assist with Rey instead of BB-8, just to reduce how many attacks I do on Malak, to make sure that he gains some turn meter, and then I can go ahead and remove it. I'm also not triggering Illuminated Destiny, because again, I do not want to boost my offense and finish off Malak too fast. Taking my time, taking it slow. I really want to make sure I get all these turn meter removal feat in here as well, so I don't need to do free battles here. So I got Malak in the yellow. Just keep pushing him back whenever he gains some turn meter. There's a lot of turn meter removal here. As mentioned, also actually 3PO on his basic can remove turn meter as well. And there we go. Keep pushing back turn meter. Use the mind tricks. There we go. Keep calling 3PO to assist. We got him down in the red, so a few more hits here, and I think that should do it. Staying away from Illuminated Destiny. I just want to take my time here. Remove even more turn meter here. Again, calling 3PO to assist here. A hit from Resistance Trooper. Malak is still standing. Use smoke screen. No Illuminated Destiny. Maybe get a stun. No stuns here. Boom. There we go. More turn meter removal. One more hit, and that should do it. And there you go, guys. That's how I completed here with the Resistance Squad. 3 out of 4 feats, obviously completing the battle here on tier 7. And then with a full team of Resistance units, and finally removing at least 400% turn meter in the process. Okay, now for the final feat for today's challenge, we have to win with an Undersize Squad. So this time I decided to go on with Darth Revan here, Malak, Bastila and Sith and Paratrooper. Now in terms of mods, nothing special here. There's only one remark I would say. Remember the global modifier where the enemy that deals damage first will get death mark applied on them. So I did not want my Darth Revan to go first. Initially I had him at 330 speed and he was going before enemy Vader. So what I did was I lowered the speed on my Darth Revan to 326 and then the enemy Vader did go first. So looks like Vader's speed is about, I don't know, 328-ish, something like that. So just make sure that any of your guys are not faster than Vader. So he goes first. That's his Force Crush or basic, whatever he will do, and then he will get death mark applied on himself. And then from there on out, you know, you should be good to go here, really. So let's hop in the battle now. And let me show you how this works. Especially before, you want your guys to be slow, 326 or slower. So Vader goes first, he does his Force Crush, gets death mark applied on him, and then you can just go all out on him, take him out, and then, you know, clean the rest. Now here, I did not really want to use AoEs or anything. I don't want to that Malak on the enemy side there gains a ton. So I'm just kind of using here basic attacks, single target attacks. I'll worry about Malak in the end, because now that I've taken Vader out, my Basti was the next one that dealt damage, so she's got no death mark on her. That's why I just want to leave their Malak alone. I don't want him getting any bonus turns or putting fear on my guys and maybe take out my Bastila. So I'm just leaving him alone. Now going after Nihilus next. I don't want him, you know, increasing cooldowns or anything, while obviously Darth Revan and Bastila just spreading fear. Applying stagger there, so you know these guys are not able to take a turn at all. Let's drain Sion there. There we go, put a hit on him, finish off Nihilus, there we go. Now you can also make use of Bastila's basic that can apply ability block. Obviously that won't work on Sith Empire enemies while Darth Revan is alive, but it will work on other Sith. Okay. Alright, let's get a stun. Nope, no stun on Sion. Let's just prog that stagger actually. There we go. Pushback turn meter on Revan. Alright. Now Malak there, he went after Sion actually instead of Bastila, because I've noticed that with his drain, he's programmed to go after the weakest enemy. So in this case, my Sith Empire Trooper had less combined health and protection than Bastila. That's why he went after him. So let's just go drain Sion here, get him out. Now it's just down to Malak. You know, again, look, my guys are getting feared now. Okay, there we go. So hopefully Basti can hang around here. We'll see. She still got death mark on her from the global modifier here. Alright, Wild Lightning there we go. Spread more fear. Putting some nice hits there. So there we go, Malak going after Sith Empire Trooper still. Maybe get a stun. Good. There we go. Got him in the L already. So, you know, making a quick work of Malak here, looks like. Now, I've used their drain, even though, you know, didn't do any damage. I just wanted that third stack of Dark Infusion, so then Malak with his basic can start applying healing immunity. This just, you know, make sure that maybe Malak doesn't heal back up if he gets a turn. I mean, Shock will prevent health recovery as well anyway, but, you know, better have more debuffs, because you never know Malak what will stick on him, what not. Okay, this time he's going after Bastila, but you know, Bastila's still hanging in there. Malak in the red, couple more hits, and I think that should do it there, and there we go. So that's how I completed here, fourth and final feat in today's challenge, where you have to win with an Undersize Squad here on tier 7 using Darth Revan and his gang. Alright guys, hope you find this video useful and helpful, showing you how I got max rewards this time. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.